My heartfelt greetings to one and all of you, my dear friends. I am very glad to meet you all today. I am supposed to speak about Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Which is one of the most unique religious scriptures of the world. As you all know, scriptures, religious scriptures, are very essential for any religion. As you all know, there are various scriptures of different religions, but among them, Bhagavad Gita occupies, I told you, a very unique, very important, a significant place. Why? Because of its universal nature. The God of Bhagavad Gita, he doesn't belong to any community or to any region or to any particular group of people. He is the God of the entire humanity, so to say. Though the scripture Bhagavad Gita is also a scripture for the entire humanity, for the entire universe, you can say. Because of its, in the beginning I told you that its universal nature and its poetic beauty and the depth of its profound depth of its philosophical thoughts, philosophical ideas. Usually, what happens, the religious scriptures, they teach the particular ideas, the rules and regulation of any particular religion, particular community. But in Bhagavad Gita, that is the general principles, the general ideas of all the people, whether you are Pandits, scholars or common man, it appeals to one and all. And especially, though it is a scripture of the highest philosophy, the common man, gets instructions in the time of need. The teachings of Bhagavad Gita, actually they do not belong to any philosophical study or academic studies or classroom discussions. It is so practical and it is applied in men's daily life, the needs of the daily problems. It contains the redeeming wisdom which solve even the most common problems and daily problems and difficulties which arises in the life of all of us. It applies to all of us. So you all know that Bhagavad Gita was taught not in the forest, not in any monastery or seclusion, but it was taught in a battlefield. Because life is a battlefield, isn't it? Every day we feel that how we have to face innumerable problems, innumerable situations, which are really very trying in our life. But Bhagavad Gita is there to bring solace, to bring peace and solutions to the daily problems. So that is the dynamic feature of these great religious scriptures. So today's subject is Bhagavad Gita in our daily life. Here Arjuna, and Sri Krishna. These two figures we get here. Arjuna asks questions and Lord Sri Krishna answers. Arjuna represents all of us. And Sri Krishna is the divine who resides in the core of our heart, who resides in each and every one of us, the divine in us. So here God talks directly to man. That is the most important feature. Because here questions and answers, not that just Sri Krishna gives a sermon. No, Arjuna asks questions, representing all of us, our daily problems, You know how Bhagavad Gita started? Arjuna entered the battle of Kurukshetra. Actually, the war sirens have already blown out. You know the battle of field, who are fighting Pandavas and the Kauravas. The background, of course, I take it for granted that you all know the background. So it starts in this, Dharma Kshetre, Kurukshetre, Samaveta Yuyutsavaha. In the battlefield of that great field, Kurukshetra, that these armies of the Kauravas with their leaders and the armies of the Pandavas with all their leaders, they have assembled, Yuyutsavaha, with a desire to fight. Bhishma, the leader, the commander-in-chief of the Kaurava army, has already given the signal. He has blown his conch. That was the old method, to start the battle. So the battle was about to start, When you read the beginning shlokas, there you feel that the different leaders are there. The commanders are there. They are taking out their various weapons, the arrows. You can even hear the sounds, as they are removing the weapons from the sheaths and all that. Anyhow, Arjuna entered. The description of his beautiful chariot is also explained here. Shvetai hayai ruktai mahati syandane stitau. It was a big chariot with 5 beautiful white horses. Why it has been described? Because it is not an ordinary chariot. It has been given by the Lord of the Devas, Devendra, So it is a beautiful chariot with 5 horses. Much more significant is Lord Krishna himself is seated as a charioteer. So Partha entered. So as soon as he entered, he ordered his charioteer. What did you say? Senayor ubhayor madhye ratam sthapaya me achyuta. Please take my chariot. Take it to the middle point from where I can see both the armies. One side is the Kauravas, one side is his own army. And another sentence also he expresses. What did he say? He said, Kairmaya saha yuddhavyam asmin rana samudyame. Look at the ego, you can say the unripe ego. Arjuna says, I would like to see who has dared to come to fight with me. How dare of them they are dared to fight with me. He says, with me. He was not only one commander of the army. He was not only one of the leaders, isn't it? But still he knew that he was the most important leader. On him, the entire Pandava army, their victory, everything depends upon him, See the ego. Instead of telling, who have dared to come to fight with us? He says, with me. So these are the nature of we common people, isn't it? We think we are doing everything. We are the doers. So this unripe ego, of Arjuna is expressed. Lord Krishna is silent. He immediately took the chariot and placed it in front of the Kauravas and the Pandavas, and he began to explain, here you see, here is your grandfather, great-grandfather, Bhishma is here, Drona, your teacher, is here. Like this, he explained, Samavetan Kuruniti, Pashya Partha, see here, who are all standing to fight with you. Yes, Arjuna saw them. Then something happened. What did happen? He couldn't see the enemies, Somehow, he saw his own great-grandfather, on whose lap, he was actually brought up. And then Drona, his teacher. Because, this is a fight to finish. This is not like so many battles Arjuna had fought. Even with them, with Bhishma, Drona, Karna, Duryodhana, they were all standing. You all know that in Virat Nagari when they attacked, he fought with them, but that was not such a final battle at all. Isn't it? But this is the fight to finish. So from the battlefield, either the Kauravas will come out victorious or the Pandavas. Not both the armies, both the leaders, both of them will come out of this battlefield. No, he knew it. So seeing all of them, remembering their greatness, their mastery, he felt somewhat disheartened. What will happen? What will happen? What will be the ultimate result? That shook him to the very core of his being, He was shaken. He was upset. He was deluded about his duties. So, but what happens when we are really, when we cannot fulfill our duties, we don't want to accept. See, I am very weak. I can't take up this challenge. Really, I cannot face it. I do not say. I don't like to say, I don't want to betray my weakness. But I want to cover it with beautiful words. I have done it. We all do it, isn't it? So Arjuna's, you will see so many shlokas. He began to say, King no rajyena govinda, King bhogai jivitena va. What will happen even if I become victorious, even if the Pandavas conquer the whole thing? How can we enjoy? Swajanam hatva, killing our own people, our own relatives, our own elders. What is the gain that we are going to enjoy? Can we enjoy it? Can we enjoy those fruits? Now the kingdom, the great luxury, the great wealth, the great prestige, the glory, how can we enjoy it? They are actually mixed with the blood of these people. I cannot do this. So he began to say, what is the use of having a kingdom like this, having a victory like this? Instead of that, it is better. No, I don't want to. I will go and beg. That is much better than killing my own people and enjoying the result of it. So like that, he began to cover his cowardliness with beautiful words. And sometimes we too, when we come to the end of the first chapter of the Gita, we begin to think, Arjuna is such a great man, how he loves his relatives and all that and all that. He forgot his duty as a Kshatriya. That we forget because of his beautiful words. But Krishna Lord Krishna, the divine within us, he cannot be fooled so easily. So in the beginning of the second chapter itself, we see that how Lord Krishna's words, Bhagavan Uvacha. This is the first time, in our Hindu scriptures, we see that God talking directly to man, Bhagavan Uvacha. In all the previous scriptures like Upanishads, Vedas and all that, nowhere we see Bhagavan Uvacha. We have got this Rishi Uvacha, Maitreya Uvacha, Yajnavalkya Uvacha. But here, he is speaking directly to God, to man. He says, Kutasvakashmalamidam vishame samupastitam anarya jushtam asvargam akirtikaram arjuna klaibyam masmagamaha partha naitatva yupapadyate kshudram hridaya daurvalyam tekto tishta parantava. You all know how Swami Vivekananda again and again used to quote these two shlokas of Gita. If you forget the whole of Gita, it doesn't matter if you remember only these two shlokas. It will help you, it will help each and every one of us in our daily work. From where did this dirt, where did this weakness enter into your mind in this moment? At this difficult moment where you had to meet the challenge, it is about to start. At this most important moment, what is this? In the second shloka he says, Klaibyam masmagamaha partha. Don't become a coward, Arjuna. He directly points out to him. What is your weakness? You have become coward. Don't become coward. Naitatva yupapadyate. It doesn't befit you, Arjuna. It doesn't become of you. You are the greatest hero. The whole world is looking upon this. The most important momentous time has come. In the history of the entire country, you are facing such a great challenge in your life and you want to shirk your duties. What are you doing, Arjuna? It doesn't become of you. So he wants to tell us, he wants to awaken the real Arjuna, the real divinity in Arjuna. Man is not just the body which has got its own limitations, it is changing every moment. One day it perishes. Man is neither the mind, which has got its own limitations. It is neither the intellect, but it is Achedyo ayamadahyo akledyo asheshya evacha nityaha sarvagataha sthanu achulo ayam sanatana. That is that Satchit Ananda Swarupa. You are deathless. You are immortal. You are ever pure, ever shining. No birth, no death. You are above all these things, Arjuna. What are you talking? Why you are behaving like this? Then you see in the second chapter, it is called as Sankhya Yoga, where he explains about the ultimate goal of the human life, the real nature of this human life, the goal of the human life, that is to reach your Swarupa, your identity. You are that Satchidananda Swarupam. That is your identity. You are not this puny little body. You are not this limited mind or intellect or whatnot. You are that. You are that, Arjuna, not this. Tattvamasi. You are that. Remember your glory, the glory of the human life.